Hello, yes. Obviously, the first thing we're going to be doing today is trying to make a video. The video that I've got in mind is the Riley CS cheating in Battlefield 6, mostly just because my name has cheater in it. So, we will get into that first. So, let's do our little record button, and let's do this. Did Riley CS cheat in Battlefield 6? I have no idea. According to some people, no. And this is a fantastic opportunity for her or him, I'm not sure. According to other people, the only reason they're getting away with this is because they're trans. So let's look into this with a little bit of nuance, hopefully, and figure out what's what.
This says what was it, 50 million views over on X right now? This is like super mega viral.
All right, so this is also Dexerto, the viral Battlefield 6 VTuber banned on Twitch amid cheating allegations. Now, I've seen this article as well, but that was 3 days ago, which is why I was not reading that specific article. And I can't find it now because it's a little bit buried. But that was back in the day.
Battlefield 6 VTuber has been banned on Twitch amid cheating accusations here. Now, I'm going to kind of read through this, and we'll kind of go through. Yeah. Now, Leaflet, have you followed this story at all?
Yes, I actually recently took a look at it.
Okay. So this Twitch streamer, Riley CS, posted this clip over here.
Oh my god, you did follow me in Delta Force era. That was so long ago.
Now, the thing you need to pay attention to is obviously how quickly people are getting shot, the snappiness of the reticle to the person, things like.
Now, I will say, having just perused this article right here, apparently in recent times, a bunch of people have come out who are apparently in the AIM community or whatever we're talking about here, and have basically defended this person, Riley CS, and said, no, actually, this is completely reasonable. They are totally doing normal stuff, and it's just the fact that the AIM community and the gameplay style for if you're being competitive on this stuff is actually just insanely super good. Other people are saying that all of these pros are defending this person because they're all using these hacks, which to me seems kind of reasonable, because as someone who's just like tangentially aware of the fact that aimbots and these things exist, and there's a lot of incentive to use them, especially if everybody else is doing it, then it makes sense that these pros would be defending anyone who's potentially called out for cheating, because they also don't want to get banned.
Like that, to see exactly what people were so concerned about for.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Okay.
What the fuck? That was nuts! Wow, I flicked straight at that guy through the wall.
Oh, just be careful. I'm hearing blink whenever you come in the background, by the way.
Yeah.
That's the most interesting
computer.
clip. The last one.
The one where they turn and they snap
Yeah,
against
that
the wall
one.
here. Right there. Yep. Where they just snap and shoot directly into the wall there.
Yeah, I don't think it's impossible. Like, actually, like,
I don't know.
Like, it is suspicious. I don't know if it's 100% proof definitive. And I know, like, people might not agree with that, but I play a lot of FPS games. Like, I've killed people before, like, without even seeing them. Like, where I shoot somewhere where, like if I notice, like, an enemy on the mini-map, or I notice, like, a teammate makes a call-out, I would just, like, randomly shoot somewhere sometime. One time, I killed a guy straight through a wall, and I hit him in the head.
Yeah, and I mean, this is what a lot of the people in this article who, have come out and basically said, look, this is completely reasonable. And I do tend to think that's probably completely reasonable if this was a game that was super well established. Like, I'm sure I've seen, like, with Jinxie or some clips of people on Jinxie's channel that do that in Rainbow Six. The reason that that's completely believable is because that's such a well-established game. As far as I can tell, Battlefield 6 is it's the beta. So this is brand new. People are that aware of the maps already. They're that like locked into, oh yeah, I know if I hear a noise over here and it's, this kind of patter, then that means that someone is on, a shelf or is on, the floor. They're on a ladder, they're on this kind of stuff. And therefore I know exactly where that room is. I know the exact layout and I can just zap right to it and pop somebody and we're good to go. That's kind of crazy, but reasonable in a game where people have been playing it for, 10,000 plus hours. And therefore, they're just, psychic at the game. For this, there's a little bit less room for believability. It's not to say it's impossible. And certainly, this could be a cherry picked clip and this person misses and sucks 99% of the time. And, they just got lucky that one time. That's possible.
Okay, hold
It's
on.
like it looked really suspicious.
If you're
but-
just tuning in, we're talking about a video game, everybody. Just if you're tuning in.
Look at this.
Also, on the rock clip, there's actually 4 people. The 4th person was killed as Riley went around the corner, and you can actually see the body still moving. The 4th person wasn't even shown on the minimap. Oh! God of all monsters, thanks for the info. Because I really don't play multiplayer games, because I actually like to cheat on games. And the reason for that is I don't like to grind certain stuff. It makes some things really annoying for me. But I would never cheat in a competitive game because that not only kind of takes the fun out of being competitive and skilled for me, but it also makes everybody else's experience way crappier and, can easily destroy a game. But it's interesting that there are some, I like that people are looking into this a little bit more.
Snap
Yes.
here, though. Like, watch the snap here. Like, do you even see somebody here? No. Watch this.
You saw the movement there.
You
right
did.
there.
You saw
Barely,
that.
But like, you got to be a super freak
No,
here,
I mean,
right,
I
to
saw
be
it right
snapping
away.
this way. And I guess my thing with this person is, like, if you're snapping like this and you're playing, you're one of the best gamers in the world.
Yes.
Like, no doubt. And nobody's ever heard of this person before, right? So they're just snapping around and
reasonable.
hitting all these. This is ridiculous gameplay. Ridiculous.
They've been around actually,
What?
from what I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
I don't personally know them, but I've heard that they've been playing FPS games for a while. Again, like
Yeah, I mean, the name is Riley CS, so CS Counter-Strike. I would imagine that was, that's this person's type of games. But it also is fair to say that, if this person was a complete god gamer, they would have blown up before this.
does it look like pro play? It looks really, really high level, like for sure. Is it impossible? Not really. But is it suspicious? I mean, there's a lot of pros that were caught cheating as well, right? Even in tournaments.
And this is what I think Tectone was saying recently. A lot of pros have come out to defend this person. And, that's potentially suspicious because it could just be that a lot of these people are pros. Because, I mean, the incentives are huge. The incentives are unbelievably enormous to be, super high ranked and all this kind of stuff. You get your Twitch stuff. Even if you're not being, like, competitive in tournaments, if you're doing crazy, sick, nasty, clips and montages, that gets you viewership, that gets you money. The incentives are there.
Sure.
So it's
Well,
kind of hard to say, I think.
I'll say this: if they should be a pro, if they're not a pro, right? 1,000% they should be a pro because this is top tier
It is, yeah.
gameplay here, right? Like, and I understand what you're saying as far as being able to know, like, you have a feel, right? You know where people are spawning from and stuff. But keep in mind, this is the beta. The
Right.
game is not even out
As I
yet.
mentioned.
So I don't know if you can really develop a feel for a game this quickly. In what?
The possibility is, I guess, these maps are old school maps. Maybe like they're Battlefield 5 maps that people played on for years and years and years, and they just ported them into 6. That doesn't seem at all the case, but I guess it's possible.
6 hours, while playing the game, maybe, over the course of a weekend. I just, that's what doesn't really sit right. If you've been playing a game for thousands and thousands of hours, okay, right? But this is over the course of a weekend, and you're just snapping around like it's crazy here. So
Yeah, I definitely think it's really suspicious. Like if I got killed by this person and I went in the replay, I'd be like, whoa, that's kind of crazy, right? But I feel like I just feel like in a world where the internet just likes to immediately jump onto things, like it just feels like I'm not 100% sure yet. I would need more information before, because I feel like calling someone a cheater in a game, especially a content creator, I feel like that's a huge accusation. And like,
That's true. Very
and
true.
there are cheaters, like, you know, don't get me wrong. I definitely.
God of All Monsters says, if Riley was to enter pro, Riley would get steamrolled by most players. They have no map awareness. If you look at Shroud, someone who, one of the best FPS players in pro tourneys, etc. is gameplay. Yeah, and that's the kind of person that I'm sort of basing the idea of. If this person is an absolute, monster, they would be on Shroud's level in terms of like awareness. Like I don't watch any of Shroud's clips. I know who Shroud is. All right. So that's completely reasonable. Is far more legit to Riley. Yeah, Riley runs around like a bot. I mean, again, I don't know, but if some other people are saying that in terms of like map awareness, like these other skills that are much more, hone skills as opposed to aiming stuff. If you are just, really good at aiming, but you suck at everything else, that is another piece of evidence that kind of like, pushes the narrative a little bit further in the vein of this person's maybe cheating, using some sort of aim assist or something like that. But again, I mean, I don't know what the current FPS community is like in terms of how much they go into cheating and that stuff. I'm just not sure. But I kind of agree with you. I mean, I got to be honest. Shroud versus this person. I've never heard of this person. I've never heard of Riley CS. I've heard of Shroud. I don't watch any of that stuff, and I've heard of that person. And I know that they are big because they are that good. And people just like watching, somebody who is an absolute god tier gamer. So if they were that good, I feel like they would be, at the very least, like a little bit more public awareness about them would exist, which it doesn't.
I believe that there are cheaters, but I'm hesitant to immediately like say like this person's a cheater without like having more information, right?
Another thing is Riley has multiple stream accounts as well. Riley also has lied about their hours in games as well. Yeah, I mean the multiple stream accounts, I'm assuming you mean, like multiple different, not multiple different, like I'm on Kick and I'm on Rumble and I'm on YouTube and I'm on Twitch, but like actual different like named accounts. That does make sense if you're going, all right, well, if I'm going to be cheating and I need to be, making money off of my streams, then if I get banned off one account for, getting caught cheating, well then, I want to do this. And again, it's not unheard of that people will cheat these things. And they'll, people are good at cheating. Like I think there was that one girl who like did the what was it? Like the blindfolded Elder Scrolls or Dark Souls run. And yeah, that person was cheating. There's a big incentive to, putting out really cool, crazy looking gameplay clips if you're a streamer.
That's just how I feel.
What
about
are
it.
some telltale signs of cheat? Like, what do you usually see? Is there? I'm new
Your
to
name
this.
is Nadia.
You should check out 10 IQ Gaming latest video. It shows a lot more than just these clips. Ooh, yes. I think I had a video about this person. Let me actually throw that up. Not like that, though. All right. 10 IQ Gaming. Let's check it out. Final nail in the coffin. All right. Before that, I just want to read this article just to get the other side of it real quickly, because this article, from what I can tell, is on the other side. This is, Riley CS becomes one of Twitch's biggest Battlefield 6 streamers after accusations. Riley CS, the woman who came under fire by people who believed clips of her aiming were hacks, has capitalized on the viral fame to massively grow her Twitch following. That's not surprising. Controversy does tend to grow your stuff. Her peak viewership prior to coming under fire on social media was 290. That peak was quintupled at 1,539 viewers. The one thing I will say about that is it's entirely possible that people are raiding into her stream, and that's the peak viewership numbers. The average viewership is what you actually should be looking at in she's actually growing her stream audience, putting her easily in the top 1% of Battlefield 6 streamers who are getting involved with the beta. What's more, high-level players across several shooters have come out to defend her and explain how her aim was very likely real, with her snaps being attributed to good map awareness rather than aimbotting and wall hacking. Okay, and this is where I will point out that map awareness, I would imagine, is not a thing at this point. You know, like maybe, and you know, I'm hearing from some people in chat that her map awareness is actually terrible. So clearly, this is not a cut and dry case. With Riley unbanned from Twitch and able to keep streaming for the second weekend of the beta, she's absolutely killing it on Twitch in comparison to how she was performing before her ban. Doesn't mean she's not cheating, just means she's doing well in the metrics. Riley gets a huge boost on Twitch after getting unbanned, despite a massive amount of scrutiny against her and a ban from Twitch. Riley has come back stronger than ever. What started as a huge controversy has turned into a potentially career-defining moment for her. Was Riley actually cheating, though? The evidence says overwhelmingly no. I don't know about overwhelmingly no. Strong aimers across several games have come to her defense, explaining the difference between what a cheater looks like and how she was playing. There are also examples out there showing how, at points where her aim may have been suspicious, that she was aiming based on enemy icons on the minimap. And again, somebody in the chat has basically said, nope, not the case. This rock clip, address args first 8 minutes. I'm not going to read the whole thing, and I'm not going to watch that thing. But yeah, so some people are saying, no, there was no minimap on the screen. It could have been like resized. It could have been that was the case, but it doesn't seem like it. So yeah, this article is clearly biased. I'll be just dead honest right now. This person's saying it's a cut and dry case. There's no cheating. All aspects of this are completely unproven / proven to be not cheating. This article seems kind of biased. Additionally, Battlefield 6 has banned literal hundreds of thousands of players through their anti-cheat system. Literal hundreds of thousands of players? Are there hundreds of thousands of people playing Battlefield 6? I guess. Considering the amount of scrutiny Riley was under through all of this drama, there's pretty much no chance that Riley was cheating at this point. If she is cheating, she's very, very good at hiding it, which is, like I said, people are good at it. Now Riley's right back to hitting clips, this time with a much larger following than before, and a hand cam to try and drive home the point that her aim is legitimate. Now, if her aim is, if she has a hand cam, does that preclude the possibility that she's cheating? Because, I mean, we can't, like, because you can easily say, like, oh, okay, hey, she moved the mouse this much, and therefore we could, like, measure precisely exactly what that response should be in terms of, you know, her reticle moving across the screen. That's possible, but I mean, I don't think you can actually, I don't think you can actually, like, straight up do that. Like, you would never be able to do that with any degree of certainty because, you know, your mouse settings could be different, as well as, you know, your settings in game, all of these different types of things. I don't think you can 100% say it. Yeah, and I mean, my guess is also the aiming stuff is not like it just automatically tracks your reticle. It's basically like, you know, your mouse movements just snap to people as opposed to, you know, moving exactly where your mouse goes. There's a little bit of like assist. There's a little bit of a jump. And they peaked over 500K players. Okay, so if that's the case, they peaked over 500,000. Yeah, so then hundreds of thousands of players through their anti-cheat system. That's possible. It's also possible that a lot of those people were not players, they were bots. There's only one way Riley could prove they're legit. Go to a LAN event and be watched on a vetted PC. That does seem to be the case. This person's a VTuber, and therefore it's very easy to say, well, no, I'm not going to dox myself. I'm not going to reveal my identity. I'm a VTuber. I'm taking my anonymity very seriously. So that's not even a possibility. That would be my guess, is the response from Riley. All right. So let's check out this 10 IQ gaming clip about this. This is a little bit more specific into the details of the controversy.
So, in my opinion, watching not only the clips that I went over in this video, but every single clip in this video, Riley is not cheating. They have demonstrated insane aim talent in every single game they have played. And I personally think the hatred and vitriol that has been spawned due to these clips is fucking disgusting and disgraceful. I really do. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, I'm talking about like 50 million views, 100 million views on some of the quote tweets. Obviously,
Really?
because of the way Riley streams with the cat VTuber and the way Riley talks and everything, they're naturally susceptible to online, you know, hatred and bullying, whatever you want to say. But the fact of the matter is, in my opinion, the clips aren't fucking cheated. The clips are not fucking cheated. They're not.
To gaslight is to manipulate someone using psychological methods into questioning their own sanity or powers of reasoning.
Riley made a video that baited people into thinking a certain thing because, of course, there are aimers, right? There are people that post these aim montages.
Ender was also a defender of Nadia, who actually got banned for cheating. Well, that does not improve your legitimacy, does it?
That specifically post them to bait cheat accusations.
I've noticed something in one of the clips that I haven't seen anyone talk about, and I think it's an important piece that's still left out. It's in one of the most infamous clips. I'm sure by now most of you have seen this clip go viral.
Yeah, we
Other
saw it.
opinions on it, but he lands up on an enemy, kills him, and you can see at the bottom left there is an enemy pinged on the map.
Okay.
There's a red marker. So a lot of people are saying, okay, well, Riley just flicked off the map intel. And she flicked over, overshot it, readjusted towards the location of the ping. Some people argue that the first flick can't be a lock-on because there's no one behind where she's looking. And if you look at the mini-map, you can see she's not aiming towards the red marker. So let's look a little closer at that. If you look at this clip provided by Enders has access to the raw files, so his quality is better than the Twitter quality. If you look at this, we can identify there are 3 enemies clustered together.
Okay.
And they're all at the top right as C. And we can see, let me go back some to show you. We got enemy 1, enemy 2, and enemy 3 up in this corner. Enemy 3 is the one that's being marked on the map. Enemy 1 got marked by a squad mate, and you can just visually see 3. So you can see all the enemies are in this top right corner of C, right? So what if I told you there's a 4th enemy? And if you actually look right here, it's kind of hard to see, but if you look at the double kill pop-up, there's a 4th enemy recently down/killed on the ground. And you can actually see their body moving, which I assume is the downed animation. You can see right here, his legs are moving, his whole body moves. And then he's moving again here, I think. Yeah, he moves right there again. That's clearly an enemy because they're wearing the NATO camo, which is the enemy team, and you don't see any friendly icons above it. This squad mate, you can see them through the wall right here.
So this clip is, again, nothing suspicious. When Riley peeks the flag, there is absolutely nobody that she locked onto in her crosshair. There's this guy here who is on the minimap the entire time. There's this guy who gets spotted because I think Riley's recon teammates looked at this guy and auto-spotted him. And then there's the other dude. As you can see, as this clip plays, there is nobody to the left of the C flag at all. There is nobody to the left of the C flag.
Ooh, okay.
So it's not the squad mate.
There's 2
that
people
is
there
a
even.
4th enemy recently killed right here. So now I can give you a better visualization of this using Ender's other video, we go to 1924,
As you can see,
we can see more clearly this enemy. You can see there is someone there moving.
I mean, like, let's say they were just killed and they were like, I don't know, if there's like a dying animation, are they automatically off of the thing? It does seem like the timing would have to be insanely coincidentally ridiculous if no one was there on the minimap. Again, I'm not totally sure how that works, but you know, let's just give total nothing but charitability and generosity of spirit and say that this person just maybe didn't see this. Obviously, Ender's, you know, missing it, but maybe there's some possibility for this person to not show up on the minimap because they just died in the exact split second that we missed it. I don't know.
So they were recently down. So we can get an approximate location of this enemy using Riley's as a reference. So Riley's
Player didn't even
really
show up on the
close to this
minimap. Okay.
enemy. We can see they're in the bottom left corner, and we can use Riley's location on the map to get an approximation of this enemy being somewhere lower central C. Okay. And I took some screenshots of this, and I already can see the enemy's still here, bottom left corner. I circled, this is an approximation of where they're at on the map related to Riley. And if you compare that to, here's a screenshot of this first flick pre-fire into the seemingly nothing, you can see a straight line goes towards the bottom middle of C. And if you look at the approximate location of this first
Okay.
guy, that lines up near perfectly to
So
where
that
Riley
is the
first
person that she
pre-fired
flicked to.
towards. So this
Oh.
opens the question, did Riley actually cheat? We don't know when this guy died. We
Right.
don't know when he died. We know that he most likely had to have died from squad mate 1 or 4 because they seem to have some line of sight. Most likely squad mate 1, because squad mate 1 is actively pushing up. But we don't have the kill cam knowledge of when they died because Riley modified their HUD to not display it.
Ooh.
And how do I know that? Because if you watch this whole clip, the full clip, you never see anyone else's kills in the kill feed. You only see Riley's. You can even see a teammate go down here, and that information is not displayed in the kill feed. So since we don't have kill feed information, we don't know when that enemy actually, fourth enemy, died. And what does that mean? It means that guy could have already been down for a while. You can be down for a long time in Battlefield 6. However, if we go back to Ender's clip and we go to 2131, we can actually see the pre-footage before the flick occurred. And if you look at
It's why Riley got just flicked to that guy through the wall. Oopsie. Riley wouldn't even known that player was there. Yeah,
the minimap,
that's what it seems like to
we
me.
can see no enemies are on C at the current moment. We can see that there's all the friendlies have some line of sight on C. We see squad mate 1 pushing with Riley at the current moment. And we can see an enemy goes on C. And squad mate 1 is still behind Riley. And here, Riley looks at this lane. We don't see any dead enemy at the current moment. And this is around the location of the fourth guy. And if we play further, we can't see squad mate 1, so we don't know what they're doing. So right here, we don't know what squad mate 1 is fully doing, but we know there's a moment of pause, or presumably a moment of pause, and this could have been ample time for squad mate 1 to have killed this fourth guy, causing that weird lock on and then immediately lock off look to the flick. So now that the beta is finally out again, I can take a look at this myself, and as we can see, this is where Riley ran up to. Here's the lane she looked at. She ran up this rock.
And that would also make sense in terms of like, okay, if this person's cutting clips to make it not look like she's cheating, then that would be a very easy like miss, because they go, oh, okay, this person, you know, like I flicked, but it doesn't, you know, it's not like a very clear, I shot through, you know, rocks didn't see anybody. It was just an immediate aimbot cheating mechanism. If that's very clear, then you wouldn't make a clip of that. But this could be something that they actually missed and thought, oh, no, this looks like a totally legit thing. But actually, it's showing evidence of cheating or like the potential for it. That's interesting.
Killed this guy here, and then pre-fired this rock. Now, if we look, we can try to line up our crosshairs to where she pre-fired to, and it was around right here. And if we walk in a straight line,
More or
look
less.
at where it ends up.
Yeah.
Around right here. And if we look at where the guy, oh shit, if we look at where the guy died, he's laying on the ground around right here. You can see right here, the squad mate 1 could easily have had visual on enemy 4. Now I know the building is destroyed right now, but either way, squad mate 1 could have easily been right here. It looks like they were around somewhere here, possibly, maybe even down here. It looks like they were more closer up here. They could easily have killed enemy 4. Even if they're
Right.
down here, they could have killed enemy 4. Again, to reiterate this, here is where Riley was aiming, approximately around here. And if we go in that straight line, where do we end up? We end up right here. And if you look, this is around the area that enemy 4 died. So I don't know what else to tell you, okay? Maybe I'm just too bad at the game to understand this high-level gameplay being shown. Maybe I should steal my roommate's Adderall, grind Kovacs for 12 hours a day, and then maybe I could just possibly understand this high-level gameplay going on right here. I'd give it a 1% chance that this is just high-level gameplay that I'm too bad to understand, and that Riley just pre-fired off of the map intel just so happened to land perfectly where one person was behind a wall, and then land perfectly to where another person was behind a wall. But maybe I'm just too bad at the game. Maybe I'm just too bad at games in general.
Oh, that's not my email, by the way. Sorry, Sadie.
Oh.
Sorry, Sadie. Hey, by the way, this is not my Modern Warfare 3 account. The Strawberry C4 account will be fine.
Why not use your own Call of Duty account? Use stream
Can
this
you
account
show
for
us your
weeks now?
Minecraft world? I don't play Minecraft, sorry.
Now, we did finally get a look at the main account on Steam. We got to look at all the hours, and
Okay.
I'm going to put them up on the screen.
So I was wondering about that. Is it multiple accounts on, like different platforms to stream, or is it, multiple different game accounts?
And right next to it, I'm going to put up claims of how many hours in certain games, and the actual reality with the main Steam account, the hours that are on there. Certain things just don't weigh up, and there's also a lot of alt juggling, a lot of switching between accounts, and a lot of really strange stuff that goes on that just does not get explained. So these are all the hours Riley claims to have in all these games, but if you match it to her actual Steam and what she's actually proven on stream, I mean, he doesn't have anywhere near what he claims. And on top of that, the games that he has, I mean, a lot.
All right, and then here's the defense, which is, I think, the thing that most people are picking up on. Like, obviously the people that are involved in Battlefield 6 and look at FPS streaming and are really into it and really like it, they're looking at the cheating as cheating. The reason that, Side Scrollers is picking this up is because the defense has mostly been, it doesn't matter if she's cheating or not. Society has had a negative impact on trans people's lives, which can cause them to act out in unexpected ways due to unresolved trauma. It's essentially just, you cannot even make these claims. Like, obviously these accusations for anyone who's doing this professionally is a big deal because it can just destroy their career. But if someone has, legit evidence and, there's nothing wrong going on, usually people can, figure that stuff out. And again, according to this article, this has done nothing but good things for this person. So the idea that the only reason people are, attacking this person is because, she's trans is silly. That's ridiculous. But the idea that you can't have any kind of criticism towards a person if they're trans because, there's just a societal negative impact on their lives. And therefore, anything bad that they might do or that is leveled towards them is not allowed. And that's why I think, certainly that's why, the side scrollers are picking this up.
A lot of hours
Me
in
too.
Destiny and Gary's mod, they're not really games that are going to help you in Battlefield to be this great pro, very strange. On top of that, why all the account juggling? Why hiding accounts and playing on different accounts on stream and privating Steam accounts and doing all this tradecraft? Why not just show us the accounts you use? It took a week to get you to put all the VODs up, over a week just to get you to show us one Steam. This is not a normal player. So a whole ton more info has come out on Focus and Enders. Now, if you actually go to Focus's Discord and scroll back to very first post, it turns out Enders was banned from some Call of Duty or Battlefield servers back in the day. Likes to laugh and joke about it. I found someone who was actually a lot better than pulling up these old accounts than what I was. Originally, I thought it was just a server ban for something in particular. No, it was actually Focus using cheats, speed cheating or flight cheating. I'll put the post up on the screen. As you see here, admits to cheating. The thing I don't understand with this Focus, now, I'm someone who's admitted I've cheated, okay? There is no way in the world I would start posting world record kill attempts and all that kind of stuff. It makes no sense to me. Plus, on top of that, the coaching lessons. This guy has downloaded and used cheats in a video game. Now he's posting world records. Yeah, no, that's too much for me. There's not even a video out publicly for this guy speaking on the decisions he made to cheat in a video game. And it's just, I guess if you just bring this up.
I cheated 10 years ago. Get over it. Worry about your wife cheating on you, bum. I mean, look, the fact that you're going to cheat in the game, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to go forward with this. But it is just like, all right, you do have some degree of like scumminess about you because like you're more concerned about yourself than other people because, you cheating, unless it's a game where like everybody is cheating, like it's the only way to play it, that basically means that you're very happy to, ruin other people's play. Everybody else's experience is worse because you're just getting, annihilated by, aimbots and these types of things. So there is a little bit of, it poisons the well. Because, it impacts your legitimacy. You are no longer a 100% trusted authority on this because you've shown and demonstrated that you care kind of more about yourself than the ecosystem of the game in general or other people's experience while playing it.
You just get abused or just treated like shit or blocked or banned or, just treated like a hater. But it's like, man, you haven't addressed this. The way to go about this isn't just abuse anyone who brings it up and say, oh, this was years ago. Brother, where's your public announcement? Where's your video speaking on it? Next issue I wanted to raise. Riley opened her DMs on stream. We had Hyperat in the DMs. Shout out to Hyperat and the DMs of Riley. And we had Enders. Like, I legit think this is the way to shut everyone up. This guy is plotting in Riley's DMs of how they can just do this or do that to make everyone shut up. This is not someone who made a video in good faith. This is not someone who made a video being objective and taking in information. This is someone who is just flat out going out of their way to just shut people up and sweep this under the rug. This guy is an idiot, this Enders. Nothing this dude says should be taken.
Where's this idea that I defend Nadia coming from? I literally don't speak about Nadia at all. I think a long time ago I said the Nadia situation helped create a mindset that every streamer cheats, but that's it. Bad Boy B-Man and other channels like his are probably some of the worst channels on YouTube. I don't even play Warzone, and I've heard this shit about the Nadia cheating, so I watch it. So blatantly obvious she isn't cheating, just a circle jerk of bots who are all trash. Well, according to some people in my chat, Nadia was caught. So I didn't follow that, but it seems like that was a clear open and shut case after the fact.
Into account. He's already been proven to lie over and over with the Nadia situation. Repeatedly lied, blocked and banned everyone. The guy is still replying to what I say on Twitter, even though he's got me blocked. He's got me blocked, but he's still replying to stuff I'm saying. So
Imagine blocking someone and saying it's because you don't listen to stupid people, but then still reading every post they make and arguing points, but I can't speak back because he has me blocked. Yeah.
I don't know how that works. Maybe he's like unblocking me and reading it and then quickly telling people, don't listen to this guy, and then blocking me again, but I can't reply. So if you prove this guy wrong, you get abused and blocked. Then he'll still go out of his way to discredit you, but you can't reply to him. That's how he works. This guy's not operating in good faith. So the reality is the streaming community, they will defend Riley no matter what, to the death, gaslight, lie, anything on earth imaginable, they'll do it. The AIM training community, well, you see their opinion here. Most of them don't even care at all. They just think...
And this is the main thing that we were kind of mentioning about. It's not... It's basically broadened out. It's out of the FPS community. That's why this is getting as much traction as it is. It's because it's not about did this person cheat or not. It's did this person... I don't care. She's trans. You can't say anything. Okay? That's why don't mention cheating. If there is cheating, doesn't matter. Trans. If there was cheating, doesn't matter. Trans.
This is just some bullying campaign, so they just defend to the death, no matter what. All those people's opinions are just completely void. Now, I did a live stream where I watched the gameplay from the 7th and the 8th. I can't break all that gameplay down into this video. It's already too long. Go watch that video. There is a massive difference between day 1 gameplay and day 2 gameplay. An insane difference. And it just doesn't make sense how a person can go from barely getting 3 kills for an entire game to then just decimating the next day. It makes no sense. It really doesn't.
I mean, if that's true, that's the most clear-cut evidence. Like, anything specific, you can always kind of like obfuscate and be like, oh no, you know, this person, it just got lucky, blah, 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 blah. But if you're seeing like a clear, like day-to-day, 24 hours, things have changed around completely, that's very clear. And I think it's even like how they use a lot of like cheating stuff nowadays. Yeah, so someone in chat says they ain't God of all monsters. I saw the gameplay, it was awful. I believe it, and I feel like that's the most clear-cut evidence that you could get, is if someone was doing like fantastic in a game beforehand and they do it, you know, the exact same, but you know, they just get super lucky the next day, totally reasonable. If they suck and then they're incredible, well then, I mean, that what happened in between? If you were to install some software that made you, you know, godlike at the game, then that would explain it. You didn't just, you know, like get a download of here's where everybody is on the map, here's the exact pathing stuff, here's all of the strategies. You probably did something to improve the game that is, you know, outside of you improving skill, because you can't do that. All right. Literally sat there complaining and couldn't even win gunfights. Yeesh.
How these things go is it usually takes about 24 hours for cheats to come out in a game. And
yeah,
we've all seen that with Suddenly Toast on this channel. He doesn't perform like an absolute god until 24 hours after wipe. That's when stuff.
That was the funny thing. Riley uninstalled the beta and reinstalled it. Ooh.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Watch the video.
So, I mean, I get that. Like, and that would also play into the idea of, you know, this person's cheating. This person was terrible at it. They got rolled. They got fed up with it and they're like, I'm uninstalling this. Okay, well, if that's the case, then why did you go back to it? Well, I went back to it because I, you know, got a little bit of juice that was going to make me way better at the game. And, you know, it just evened me out. It just put me on an even playing field with other people. You know, I'm sure there's other people who were cheating too. Yeah. That's a very reasonable rationalization. And again, I mean, that does like kind of point way more towards the idea that they are cheating. Again, I like in terms of like straight up details and these types of things, I don't know. I can't tell. And to be honest, I don't think anybody can really 100% say, other than, again, you know, if they were to go to a LAN event on a monitored PC, which they're not going to do because they're a VTuber, it kind of means that, the question of cheating is never going to be solvable, but you can kind of use the evidence around it to go, all right, it seems more likely that this person is cheating versus not. That, for right now, from what I can tell, from what I've read, it seems to be the case that, yes, more likely than not, I would be more confident that this person was cheating than not. The main issue that I have with it, again, is the defense from people that are not looking at it in terms of cheating or not. It is, you are not allowed to criticize, you are not allowed to even mention the idea that this person is cheating, whether there is evidence or not, simply because they're trans. That is what is blown up as far as I can tell. Because otherwise, like Battlefield 6, I don't get any of that in my feed. I don't get a lot of VTubers in my feed. I don't get a lot of FPS stuff. I don't even get a lot of like cheating drama scandal stuff in my feed. But this stuff showed up. And it seems to have, again, broken containment, and it's broken out into the wider world, such that, again, we'll say Tectone, who I don't, as far as I can tell, is more of like a gotcha gamer. Side scrollers, I don't see a lot of FPS stuff on their stuff. Leaflet apparently does do some FPS stuff, but again, they're getting into this because this has become part of a wider societal issue of whether or not a person's identity is enough to insulate them from all criticism. And we're at a point in the world and society where that's not the case anymore. And that's just where we're at. All right. Yeah, exactly. The T word is the reason why it's blowed up. I think so. All right. All right, so this is
Gentlemen,
video's
that's the
finished.
update for
Yeah,
today.
we actually finished that. All right. So I do want to just get into this because I think they're going to say the same thing.
Give you a little bit of analysis on it. So they do flick to enemies, but if you actually slow down the footage, you can see that they actually flick to the enemy. They miss the flick, and then they microcorrect. Now, can that still be cheated? It can be. You could have a toggle, for instance, right, where you physically, you have a player that is like, and this is how a lot of pros cheat, is like they're actually really, really good. Well, they can actually like flick to an enemy, and then they will use the cheat to microcorrect, like a toggle. So they'll flick over to the side, press a toggle button that will then recenter the aim to like to the target, and then they would click to shoot them, right? So that's a thing that they could be doing. But as far as like just pure aimbotting,
and that would be the thing where you'd go, all right, she's doing a hand cam now. All right. You can do the hand cam. You can still easily have like a toggle, somewhere else. Like if you wanted to, you could have a toggle on some, relatively hidden button, and, it barely registers, whether or not you click with it. Or you could have it, on, I don't know, your feet or something like that. I mean, there's a guy who cheated in chess with a freaking, vibrating butt plug. All right. People are willing to do crazy stuff to win in things. All right. If Riley identified it as an actual male, then it wouldn't have blown up as it has. I don't think so. I don't think it would have blown up as much. And obviously, that's why, according to this article, my guess is, this person has, recruited a bunch of people. Now, maybe all of these people that, like, what was it? 209 peak to 1500 peak. Maybe the 1500 peak was, someone hate rated in. That's entirely possible. But certainly there's a lot of evidence that, again, the people that have come in do not care about Battlefield 6. As evidenced by the fact that this person is now top 1% of Battlefield 6 streamers. You suddenly just manufactured a whole giant load of people, or no. You just recruited an enormous percentage of the people that are interested in Battlefield 6 to come to your stream? No, probably not. You probably grabbed a bunch of people that don't care at all about FPS games to come in and support you because, the trans issue. That'd be my guess.
It actually doesn't look like it's pure aimbot because, again, if you watch some of the clip, and I could maybe show you the parts in the footage.
Go pull it up real quick.
Yeah. So, like here, for instance, like if you look here, they've actually like they missed. Did you see that? So like if you rewind it again and go
yeah.
kind of slow, you can see they flick to the enemy to where they know that there's enemies, right? So shoot, see the flick, see it completely misses, and then micro adjust to the enemy. So you see it misses
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
and then micro adjust. And that's pretty typical aim, is to like hard flick to like where you think an enemy would be, and then use a micro movement after that to like then center onto target. So again, that is pretty typical pro play. Again, very high level in terms of the actual aim. I have heard a lot of people say that the movement is bad though, which is another kind of telltale sign of a person cheating, is like if their game sense and their movement is bad. I don't know enough about Battlefield to actually make that analysis for this, but yeah. And here, in this specific clip, again, this is probably one of the more suspicious clips, you can actually see that there's an enemy on the mini-map. So like if you rewind a little bit more, you see they're targeting an enemy. I'm sorry. Yeah, they target this enemy. If you look on the mini-map, you can see that there's an enemy on the mini-map. See the red diamond on the C point? And so if you play this game enough, right, you would know that there was an enemy there, and then you would flick to where you think they would be,
Right.
which is near the point, right? And then they would notice like, oh, there's a wall there, so where's the enemy? And if you look, they actually track they actually track based on the that's something I could see a pro doing, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
And again, pro would be somebody who's got, thousands of hours in the game. That's completely reasonable because, I mean, you can do like maps of things in terms of like the pathing that people will take, and they go usually the exact same place. So if you hear certain things in certain games, you can say, oh, okay, this person's over, at the stairwell A, and I know exactly where that is in the map. And, if I've got a certain gun, I can shoot through, 5 layers of walls or whatever the hell. That's totally reasonable. The Battlefield 6 stuff is just crazy because it doesn't have that possibility of, mastery level yet. You're not going to have like, autistic Jedis who can just sense from, one like rock fall. Oh, okay, this person's here. I'm just going to shoot it. I'm going to throw a grenade. I'm going to do that kind of stuff and just hit them 9 times out of 10. It's not happening.
Again, is it pro? Is it cheating? Is it like assisted? It's hard to like actually make a proper like analysis. I think you need more information to like, because I just feel like calling someone a cheater is a pretty big like thing. I mean, just to me at least.
Okay, well, I'm looking at this from a novel, like what you're saying is actually like really valuable, right? With that said, I don't really even care if they cheated or not. I really don't, right?
Okay.
Like, it's a beta, whatever, right? But what's interesting about this is the response to this,
Yeah.
right? Now, you saw all, posting, this is from Ackman, posting click gameplay of you cheating and pretending you aren't is some of the cringiest things a gamer can do. This is 2.7 million views. The accusation's out there, right? So what happens is, this person then gets banned from Twitch, right? For allegedly cheating. Did you see that happened here? They got banned on Twitch after the Battlefield 6 clip went viral.
Okay.
Amid cheating allegations.
It's not necessarily for sure, but I would imagine Twitch probably has some degree of like, gaming knowledge, such that they could see something and go, okay, this is, dead clearly cheating or not. Maybe they're super trigger happy about banning people if there's any cheating allegations, but my guess would be that's not the case. Could be it's just because this person's a super small creator and, therefore just gets like caught in like an algorithm echo trap and bam, they get the hammer. That's a possibility, but my guess is that, somebody reviewed that clip and was like, yeah, that seems like it could very reasonably be cheating, so we'll ban them.
Now, this is where things get interesting because this person, this VTuber, is trans. So immediately it goes from, well, they go viral cheating. The internet manages to get them banned.
Riley was also banned in October last year for 7 days on Twitch. Reason cheating in multiplayer games. Okay, I mean, again, like, if there's a pattern of behavior, and it does seem to be the case, then, again, that's just more evidence for this last incident, even if that clip is, for some insane reason, totally legit. Like, they just magically turn great in those clips or just got super lucky. Just got really insanely lucky. If you just get this, like, exact pattern of behavior and you have all of this coincidental evidence, it does paint the picture of this person being a cheater, and you should not trust that they're not.
On Twitch for it. People find out the cheaters trend, and then social media starts to defend them, saying they didn't cheat and it's okay to cheat, right?
Dumb.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
So that's where things are silly here. And you see
Transgender, the
posts like
true
this.
cheat code. That's the true cheat code.
That's right.
Yeah.
You see this, being good at Battlefield while trans gets you banned and misgendered over here from this psycho over here. So it's a side thing. It's a, are you on this person's side? It doesn't matter if you're cheating or not. Even if you are, guess what? It's okay. You know, you do have the ultimate cheat code here.
And that's the other side of this. Everyone who's saying it's okay to cheat, it doesn't matter if it's cheated, it doesn't matter. They clearly don't care about this game at all. It has nothing to do with Battlefield 6. It has nothing to do with FPS games. My guess is most of them don't play these games, and therefore couldn't give less of a crap if, you know, people are cheating competitively. They don't care. It's only because you get this political angle of, you know, this person's trans. Oh. Now I can comment. Now I can comment. Yeah. Now this is my wheelhouse. Now this is something I care about. But they cheated and this no. Trans. I don't care.
And you know, these other people who are having to apologize. This person over here, Camilla, apologizing for not knowing the pronouns of the Battlefield 6 cat girl. Right there. I just saw a cheater, not anything else. I'm sorry, diabolical how fast I was accused of being a transphobe over a genuine mistake over here. So, especially.
And then they used especially openly pan.
Yeah, right.
Please don't hit me. I'm one of you.
Openly a cookware. No, it's fucking stupid.
Yes.
I know we're pansexual, by the way. That was just a joke, chat, in case you guys actually think.
Yeah. Well, this has come to a resolution where this person has been since unbanned over on Twitch. You wonder if those two things are related right here. So, you know, you just wonder if you know, what's going on with these things. Congratulations to this person getting unbanned. Good for them. But you just...
Do you get unbanned, or is your ban just like... For me, when I hear unbanned, it's like, okay, you were banned, and then Twitch comes back and it goes, oh, no. We're going to negate that. You're unbanned. As opposed to you're banned for 7 days, your 7-day ban expires, and then you're back on.
You know, isn't it amazing how quickly things can change based off of the perception, I would say. So that's kind of where we're at right now. So... yeah, and by the way, they are live right now. Let me actually do a little bit of digging here, and I'm curious because I don't know anything about this person outside of that they were accused of cheating. They are live right now, and they have let's see, pretty good. Yeah, they have 1,200 people watching. Good for them. That's great.
Yeah,
5,000 followers. So the virality certainly helped in that situation. So good for them.
Cheaters always prosper.
And all that. So yeah, Leaflet, I appreciate your insight on that, man. That's pretty cool.
I know a lot of people would disagree with me on it, just because it feels good to jump on the accusation trains, but it's like I said, I've played so much FPS, like I can totally see it. Like I've had cases where I've shot people straight through walls. Like, because I know, because I've played a game long enough that I know, like, this is a common spot where a person would be, and judging by what's behind that wall, I know, like, their head would be here, so, like, I would just shoot there just because, like, maybe he's there, and then, like, one day, just boom, I hit him in the head. Right? And it's like,
boom, headshot.
Yeah.
Again, you know, is it possible that they're cheating? It is still possible, yes. It is 100% possible that they're cheating. But I just don't like to accuse people when I don't have definitive proof, I suppose.
Yeah. I just think it's amazing when someone's identity comes into play, and you see them, you know, very quickly go from, well, like literally people just flip-flopped on it.
Yeah.
Oh, they're definitely cheating. Oh, wait, no, they're not.
I think that's dumb. That's the dumb thing. And you're like,
Right.
why would that have anything to do with it? If you're a cheater, you're a cheater. Who cares? Like, you know what your identity is, right? That doesn't change the facts that you're cheating.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter to the people that don't care about this stuff. You know, you're cheating in this game that I don't play, and I'm never going to play. Yeah, I don't care. Then identity is the only thing they care about, and if it matches with their tribe, that's it. That's all we're going for.
Or not.
Correct. Are you tired of?
Alrighty. So let's see. With this, the other thing I wanted to look at, which I guess is relatively, it's not actually at all related, but all this Roblox stuff. I was trying to find a good compilation of all the Roblox stuff, which I could. This is kind of the best wrap up video of it that I could find from Kirsche. I don't know how they don't get sued for this, because like, isn't that melody like a legit trademarked thing from a real newsstand? Maybe I'm wrong.
This is from the man Schlepp himself. Roblox is threatening to sue me for protecting kids. So let's throw this on.
Yeah, and I've heard a lot of people getting just mentioning the Roblox stuff has gotten like just super suppressed. People make a video about it. It's just like, nope, we're not giving this to anybody. I think some of that might just be like some of the buzzwords, some of like the trigger words that the algorithm picks up on and is like, ooh, okay, we need to suppress this. We need to demonetize it. This is not for all audiences. Like if you're talking about, what is it? Like, how do people say it? PDF files? Yeah. So if you're talking about that kind of stuff, yeah, your video probably is going to get suppressed. Same thing with like, oh, if you're unaliving something, or, you're self-reporting, self-ending, this type of stuff. That's a possibility, but I also do think there's probably some degree of like YouTube gets so many viewers from kids. Like a lot of the biggest channels on YouTube are super specifically focused on young kids, and young kids play a lot of Roblox and a lot of Minecraft. And that's what a lot of YouTube is about. So anything that's like, hey, attacking those revenue streams for YouTube is like, all right, we're gonna put the dial down on this a little bit.
This video isn't going to be your typical video. This video is actually a call for help, and I need everybody to share this video. The Roblox Corporation has sent a cease and desist letter to me, a 22-year-old, versus a multi-billion-dollar company, threats of litigation because I catch predators on their platform. Within the last year, me and my team have gotten 6 predators arrested within the Roblox community. Almost all of them have admitted,
which is crazy good work,
to other Roblox users. Every account that I've owned on Roblox since I was 8 years old has been terminated. Accounts that we were actively talking to predators on have now been banned off of Roblox. What Roblox did could potentially stop some predators from facing real-life consequences. Not to mention that Roblox has made a very firm stance that I can no longer access the Roblox platform anymore, which I want to make clear at the start of this video. I will not be accessing Roblox in any capacity at this point further.
Sure, definitely. I don't know if I believe you on that. I don't know if I don't believe you on that. One thing I will say is they have to do this. The Roblox Corporation has to do this because, like, just legally, they've got so much liability if they are, like, allowing any of this kind of stuff to happen. Because if anyone who, is accused of this doesn't actually, didn't actually do it, then, the Roblox Corporation is liable for anything like bad that happens. Like they can get sued. That being said, you should probably, have a better system for making sure that you don't have predators on your kids game.
Unless Roblox says otherwise. This is pretty heartbreaking to me because I've been playing Roblox since I was a little kid. I've loved this platform. I still do. I met my current girlfriend who I've been dating for 3 years. I live with her. We first met all the way back in 2016 through Roblox. I love so much about this site.
What was that text?
Critical
Something about groomed.
Through Roblox.
And sadly, she got groomed by people within the Roblox community. Didn't he also say that he got groomed when he was a kid on Roblox?
I was gonna say that seems most likely. Yeah, you don't generally, as a 22-year-old, turn into a predator-seeking vigilante in a specific game without some sort of a trigger event.
As well, and that's like what inspired him to start this whole like let's catch pedophile shit.
I love so much about this site, and that's why I'm so critical of it, because I want to see it do better. The stuff that they've sent me in the cease and desist letter is actually laughably hilarious. Roblox is actively claiming that I am hurting their players. Here's an email. I didn't ever plan on showcasing this in a video.
Now, you see, here's the thing. Legally speaking, increased risk is actually accurate. It's legally accurate. It's obviously, in terms of common sense, bullcrap. But legally, there is an increased risk because the increased risk is that someone will be falsely accused. That is technically, legally, probably true. That being said, come on. In terms of common sense, no.
But this is from a kid who is thanking me for getting someone he was groomed by arrested in real life. He said he recognized him from my video, and here's some cool fan art he made of me.
Aw,
Roblox
that's
is
sweet.
claiming that I'm engaging in simulated child endangerment conversations. What? So one of the fundamental bases of predator catching is that you cannot talk sexually to predators. Predators are supposed to be the ones talking sexually to you. If you talk sexually to predators like straight off the get-go, that's entrapment.
True.
That is literally what entrapment is.
True.
Yes, but entrapment is specifically if the police do it, I want to say. I don't think it's if like a citizen does it. I could be wrong on that legally, but as far as I'm concerned, as far as I know, it's mostly specifically aimed at, police soliciting for like bad stuff and then grabbing you if you do it.
Play a naive.
This random guy catching predators in Roblox understands entrapment more than the British police. That's crazy.
Doesn't know anything about this stuff, so they teach us about this stuff. If you watch these videos, you know how the chats are going, and they're not even on Roblox. Most of the chat logs are on Discord, and you're accusing me of getting people off of platform onto different social media sites. I guess that's worth a cease and desist and an IP ban of every single account.
That's crazy how many companies are getting upset about users being directed off platform. Like Twitch has their panties in a bunch over it. Twitter nukes you in the algorithm if you post links elsewhere. Roblox cease and desisting this guy.
I mean, come on, you're taking money out of their pocket if you're trying to push them off the platform. Obviously, they're going to crack down on that.
By adding in directing users off platform. Come on, man.
That I own. That's just crazy. I can't even fathom that. They also say sharing or soliciting personally identifiable information. I have no idea what they're referring to this. I would love to know what they're talking about. Are they referring to the fact that I give the information of the predators that we find to the police? Like the people we're talking to are predators. Like does Roblox understand that? I literally have no idea.
I can't wait for this guy to realize this isn't isolated to Roblox, that like literally everywhere, not just in our country, but in the world, there are people who seek to protect criminals, especially those who are dangerous to like vulnerable people, like children. It's crazy.
They thought...
Yeah. And a lot of that also has to do with the fact that it's like, this isn't limited to Roblox in the sense that anywhere there are kids, there are going to be people that, attempt to prey on them. So like wherever the highest concentration of kids are, that's where the highest concentration of predators are. The most obvious example being public schools. Yeah, way more likely to get abused in a public school than you are in like the Catholic Church or Roblox or Minecraft. Yeah.
something was genuinely wrong, they could have reached me out so easily. I think the most insulting thing is that they told me I'm not reporting people quick enough and I'm not reporting them through the right outlets. Tell me the right outlets. I have been trying to figure this out for like a year now. This here is Nepali Incel. This person actually made credible threats to the Las Vegas sphere in a Roblox game. And I saw this with my own 2 eyes. And the reason why it's a credible threat, it is because the FBI went ahead and arrested someone for making threats within
Hey,
that.
we read that article. I remember that.
Same game.
Oh my
I made a
God.
moderation ticket about it, and I even actually made a report to the FBI about this. Where is the cease and desist letter for him?
True.
Where's the IP ban for him? Are you gonna ban all of this dude's accounts?
Oh no, he's the online version of Daniel Penny.
Oh my God.
You're trying to help people and you should be a hero, but you get punished for it while the criminals get lauded and run free.
No, back to the predator catching stuff. This is literally how it goes. We go to roblox.com/support, submit a moderation ticket, and then fill out the prompt with all the information regarding our arrest and give you guys the same Google Drive that we give to the cops. And in a lot of instances, Roblox won't even ban after we reach out to them regarding felony arrests. What I typically have to do.
Moderation on websites is absolutely ludicrous. Like it
So that's what's going on. It's the okay. So the stuff that they're basically talking about here is not that like they're trying to get these people arrested. That's fine. It's the fact that you can't get them banned off Roblox. That seems so petty. That seems so ridiculous. Like, okay, yeah. This person is Jeffrey Epstein, did technically get caught and convicted of soliciting, prostitution with a minor. Yeah, that's true. But what? Bill Gates isn't supposed to visit him? What's that? Come on. You're going to try to tell me that visiting this guy is like a crime all of a sudden? That's ridiculous. It's so petty.
doesn't surprise me that it's this difficult for him, even sending them the same information that he gives the literal police, when Twitter can take like 2 weeks minimum to pull down like other people's personal information that is being maliciously posted. It's like companies just do not give a fuck. It is insane.
Is report cases to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, or go on the news to show gameplay of our decoys with the predators on Roblox. I've literally felt so lost in trying to get the attention of Roblox regarding these predators.
Are these all legit, like, is this all legit footage of like people that were predators on Roblox? Or is this just like general predator footage?
With all the chat logs, and I've sent it to their headquarters in
Forget binders of women, we got binders of predators here.
San Mateo, California. This is the first time Roblox has ever directly reached me out. Instead of trying to say, hey, we want to work with you, or literally giving me a line to report these people, or simply saying, don't make these videos anymore, we're gonna ban you, Roblox just terminated every account I own and sent me this cease and desist letter.
Well, considering what we read about the CEO wanting to turn Roblox into a dating service, it doesn't surprise me that they're just like, hey, this guy catching the predators that we want using our dating service, he's cutting into our bottom line, and we just can't have that.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was even less than that. If it was literally just like he's directing people off of our website. That's it. Ban him immediately. Like that's the thing you're gonna get a strike for that, no matter what else. It's the same thing with like tax, like you can be like a murderer in the United States and be like given all kinds of like just fantastic legal defenses. You can be given huge trials, appeals, all kinds of stuff. There's a lot of wiggle room. But if you cheat on your taxes, oh baby boy, you are gonna get railed, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. Yeah, Al Capone, like the most storied, obvious, completely insane criminal that like we've ever had. Everyone knew he was a criminal, right? Murdering, doing huge, giant criminal organizations and enterprises. What do they get him for? Tax evasion. I wouldn't be surprised if it was similar, where it was like, okay, look, yes, these people are predators. I mean, the cops will deal with that, right? We're not going to deal with that. Wait a minute, this person's directing people off of our platform? Oh, get rid of him.
a family-friendly sandbox gaming theme park channel that I've run since the pandemic. This is actually my first Roblox account. One of the hats that I wore on this avatar was actually something I got at a STEM event where I met Roblox administrators.
Wow.
That channel, it pays my rent. Roblox has made it clear that I'm banned from ever accessing the platform again, and I don't think I'm going to be able to upload on that channel.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you can get someone else to do it.
When I was a kid, I was groomed on Roblox by a popular developer. He manipulated me. He used power
We suspected.
A popular developer? So it wasn't even just some random person. It's a popular developer? Can we get like names and shit, man?
dynamics over me and frequently
I mean, developer in the Roblox community, I think, is a little bit different because it's just like anybody that makes something.
exposed me to gore and not safe for work material and loads of other stuff that a kid should never see. It was so bad that I actually made an attempt. While I was in the hospital, my mom contacted Roblox. They brushed her off. That predator went on to groom more victims before Roblox finally banned him. Years later, by the way. Even after that, I stayed on the platform.
Who was it?
I loved the community, but as I ran Maliboomer, I kept spotting these predators, even in an innocent sandbox theme park game. Then I started Schlep, and the emails from victims got worse every single day. And that's when I started catching predators on Roblox. And that's when my fate got
Well, I mean, he didn't say it was a Roblox developer either. He just said it was a popular developer. So it could have just been a developer that used Roblox and had nothing to do.
Yeah, it's possible, but I'll be honest. I think if this person's in the Roblox community, that's what they mean. I could be wrong. Might not be the case, but that would be my instinct, is that, you know, they're specifically a Roblox developer.
With Roblox, but he doesn't say who the dev is.
Yeah.
He names them in the interview he had with Donut. Oh, fuck!
on this
Well,
platform.
there you go.
I've been very critical of Roblox's leadership and the refusal to act in a lot of instances. Last time I tweeted at Roblox's CEO, it was about a predator we had arrested. Roblox ignored it until Gideon and I made videos. Then they banned him, only for him to return. I sent proof of him talking about the video I made on him in a voice chat game on Roblox.
I don't think this guy should also be saying we're having them arrested or like we're arresting them. We had them arrested is the language you should be using, because I mean, I don't know if there's anything specific that they could get, you know, hit for, but you're not committing citizens arrests, because depending on like the state you're in, the jurisdiction, and these types of things, they're not always like 100% legal. So there could be issues with that. And it doesn't seem like they're actually doing citizens arrests. It seems like they're literally just giving this to the cops and you're having these people arrested.
Mind you, the same game, a 10-year-old was abducted through weeks from this taking place. I replied to one of the CEO's posts about this, and he blocked. Roblox still allows games like public...
Dude replies to the CEO publicly with children getting abducted and how a predator isn't banned. And the CEO blocks it. That is such a bad look, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I've been saying for years that, like, if any adult comes and tells me that they play Roblox, that's a huge fucking red flag to me, bro.
I don't. I was thinking about it, but I don't.
That is a huge red flag. Adult, do not be on Roblox, man. So the fact that the CEO is like this creepy, money grubby, let's turn this children's game into a dating service doesn't really surprise me. Can I also say that this thing I paused on is literally called Ziz Public Bathroom Simulator? One? Does that imply that there's more than one? Why is there a public bathroom simulator on a kid's game?
bathroom simulator where naked shower together. This has millions of plays, and Dollhouse Roleplay, which also has millions of plays, is tied to a extortion group that the FBI has made public warnings about.
I only know about 764 because of that BX on X lady. She has posted a fuck ton about that weird pedophile cult. And there's like subgroups on Twitter of like minors who are encouraged to cut themselves, and they're like a cutting community. And the 764 pedophiles like infiltrated that. A couple of sitting politicians in the US tweeted about it, and some of the minors were so angry at BX for exposing the pedophiles and like encroaching on that territory and exposing what was going on that they started like cutting BX's name into their skin and like claiming she was asking them to do shit. It got fucking crazy.
That's pretty crazy.
The whole thing was insane, man.
Allows you to
I know nothing about this, but that does sound crazy.
say the word lolly on their platform. You can put it as your name. Explain to me that, Roblox, a kid's because now you have a whole community of lolly cons and maps on your platform. I really hope the word lolly on their platform. You can put it as your name. Explain to me that, Roblox, a kid's because now you have a whole community of
I fucking missed it again. It was so
Dear
quick.
God.
Roblox.
That was
because now you have a whole
I keep pausing on the gay bunny.
Which I'll be honest, I think is the Final Fantasy VII. I got it. Bam, I knocked on it immediately.
This guy literally has a jersey that says child porn 69.
Yeah.
Roblox, what
Maybe.
the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
How is this fucking real?
I don't know. I'm on the moderation team. It seems okay to me.
Holy
sure?
shit, man.
No, I don't think so.
Thank you for the Knog. You think there's some
Oy.
rumors back in the day when Roblox was new that the CEO of Roblox was rumored to groom a kid? I don't know any rumors about the CEO, but genuinely, I would believe anything at this point about him. He is creepy. Can you
Yeah.
make it any more
God.
obvious? Jesus Christ, man.
That is rough, man.
and maps on your platform. I really hope people can see that Roblox is wanting to have a firmer stance against me, a person trying to get these Roblox predators arrested, than these predators we've gotten arrested. Some of them literally have been arrested for CP. Why aren't you sending these Roblox predators cease and desist?
That's a
They
great
deserve it.
question.
They actually tried to commit a crime.
Hey, what's up? So we're here with your Roblox developer, right? Hello. Yep. We're about to do the wipe on his phone. We're going to get rid of the shop on your phone, right? Okay. How many images do you think we have to get rid of? Your phone?
About like 30 or 40.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly.
And what's the game?
Oh my God. What an idiot. Also, I'm glad these people are as stupid as they are. But dear God.
Head is in the way, but just so you understand what's on the screen right now, it says this Roblox predator had photos of babies, and they give me the harsher punishment. Bro. Bro, what the fuck?
I don't know. Is there some like terms and conditions type stuff where it's like you can't ban someone for like having committed a crime? Like there's some, yeah, you know, because like obviously there are a lot of things felons are not allowed to do. Like if you have a felony, you can't vote in certain states. I think maybe anywhere, but like you can't vote. There's certain jobs you can't, like you're just legally like not able to hold certain positions if you have a certain, you know, felony commission or something like that. And then obviously that's, you know, before even getting into the idea of like, okay, if you've got a felony on your record, it's going to be much more difficult to get hired. There are some places where I think you're just like straight up outlawed from holding certain positions. Maybe there's some like anti that for like having services. So it's like, okay, like you can't be denied certain services because you have a felony conviction or you have a criminal conviction or something like that, because it would be like infringing on your freedom of speech. I'm just spitballing here and trying to give Roblox a little bit of the benefit of the doubt, even though from what I can tell, they don't deserve it.
Got him Roblox soon. Undertale. Hell yeah, we're gonna make this game successful.
Oh my God.
Man, this is definitely some very scary times. I'm just trying to stop what happened to me when I was a kid from happening to other people, and now I'm facing threats of litigation from a multi-billion-dollar company. Since my career and revenue streams are on the line, I have a site. It's called schlep.tv. If you want to support my work and what we do and allow us to keep catching predators in the future, feel free to go ahead and support us over
Not
there.
on
The
Roblox.
most important thing we can all collectively do right now is share what is going on with Roblox. Tell your parents, tell your congressman, tell a journalist if you know one. And if any
Don't tell the journalists, they're not gonna care.
That's
of them
true.
are interested, I'm more than willing to share my story. Even to the people at Roblox. Even after all this, I am just trying to make a difference and help. I'm trying to stop what happened to me as a kid to happen to future kids. How can you see that as a bad thing? I genuinely can't comprehend it. One final word I'm ending this off on to Roblox. I have no plans of revisiting the platform. I will not be making a new account. I will not be going back on the site.
Hopefully he gets fucking plenty of support, bro, because that is insane. I haven't watched the video.
I wonder if you should get a lawyer, like lawyer up, you know, because you are being like your revenue stream for that one account that's apparently paying your rent, that's being impacted. It's possible that, there's nothing to be done because, you would, like, they have, the terms and conditions are so gigantic and ridiculous. They do that so that they can take unilateral action and always be covered. But I wouldn't be surprised if you could potentially get some damages with a lawyer, with some kind of a civil suit. It's possible. Something to look into, maybe.
Yeah, this is my first time actually watching it. Just fucking holy shit, brother. This poor dude. This poor fucking dude. Asman knows now, and he's the Pope of journalism. We are the new journalists, man. And then Schlepp made a little tweet here the other day. It said, parents need to see what's being allowed on Roblox. This is a video that says, yeah, it already might be time to remove these UGC emotes. I don't know what a UGC emote is.
I don't know either. But
we have woman wearing lace, standing upside down, twerk jiggling. More twerking. What? Roblox people look so fucking weird.
They
man.
really do.
What? Is she pregnant? What is?
I think
What
she's
is
pregnant.
it?
God.
Why?
They're so bad looking. Dear God.
Okay, that's normal.
She's just stretching.
Okay, all right.
That's just a yoga pose.
Kids game, by the way.
No big deal.
Remember reading an article about a young girl playing Roblox who had her character forced into a porn animation while she was watching? How? How does this work? This is just Second Life, but worse. This is another email. This wasn't the one that was shown in the video, but Schlepp tweeted out another one that said, you got my groomer catch too. Hi, Schlepp. Thank you for catching one of the predators that groomed me. I'm a 13-year-old kid in the situation about Roblox suing you. It's really stupid, to be honest. I hope you can get out of the lawsuit without any problems. Bye. And then all of my other...
My guess is they don't actually want this to go to any kind of litigation. Like, they don't want this guy to get a lawyer and lawyer up, because if they are going to do some sort of litigation, that lawyer for sure is going to be, oh, we're going to countersue them. We're going to countersue. We'll get discovery. We'll get all this kind of stuff out. And any kind of actual litigation that can be taken to any kind of a jury, probably even a judge, is just going to be like, what? Are you high? You're kicking this person. You're suing them because they were catching predators on your platform. Okay. Rewind. New suit. I'm directing the district attorney to investigate why you have predators on your platform and you're not doing anything about them.
Tabs on this are way over here. We got him tweeting out, Roblox has tripled down in their latest newsroom post, outrageously comparing me to actual predators because my decoys tell adults that they're children. We use the same tactics that the FBI, ICAC, and local police departments use in their own operations to catch predators. And this screenshot says, we're sharing more information about why it was necessary to remove vigilantes from Roblox and the ways in which we review and act on reports of abuse on Roblox. Well, seemingly well-intentioned, the vigilantes we've banned have taken actions that are both unacceptable and create an unsafe environment for users. Similar to actual predators, they often impersonate minors, actively approached other users, and then tried to lead them to other platforms to have sexually explicit conversations, which is again...
Yeah, and this is the thing, which is against our terms of use. That's, I mean, again, I honestly, at this point, I'm thinking more and more, that's literally the only thing they care about, is that they're getting people off of the platform.
Against our terms of use. Like he said in his video, he turns over everything to the police. If he was initiating any kind of sexual conversation, first of all, that would be entrapment. Second of all, the police wouldn't be able to arrest these guys. They would have to throw it out because of the entrapment. So whoever's writing...
Again, this is one of those things where if it was a law enforcement official doing it, for sure. I don't know if it's entrapment if a private citizen does it. It's sort of a similar thing where it's like a private detective who is not a law enforcement agent can do certain things that a police officer can't, and it's still admissible in court.
This for Roblox is just out of their fucking mind. They're just actually fucking retarded. And then down here, Roblox CEO Matt Kaufman's latest response to the situation implies that because our decoys aren't real children, the predators that try to meet up with them aren't safety issues. Instead of just reporting on safety issues, they reinforce this by describing our catches as mimicking inappropriate behavior. If a predator is trying to meet up with who they think is a child for sex, that's not mimicking inappropriate behavior, it is inappropriate behavior.
Seems like it.
They continue on down here saying, these were not one-off situations, and we saw the behavior accelerating across many accounts. This activity created an unsafe environment and normalized behavior that is both unacceptable on Roblox and is against our terms of use.
Yeah, I mean, some of this does roll into like a philosophical question of, should we have vigilantes? Obviously, if you're watching Law and Order, the answer is no, because old Jack McCoy hates any kind of vigilante action. The state is the only person with access to force as a remedy to crime and bad behavior. If you're watching Batman or any superhero movie, vigilantes are cool, okay? And we're totally fine with, private citizens doing their due diligence to rid the streets of bad behavior and criminals. I'm not really sure if there is a clear... I mean, again, there's probably not a clear-cut answer on that, but I understand the idea that states should have a monopoly on force. I understand that because it basically means that, it removes the possibility of like blood feuds and these other types of behavior that happen when there's any kind of vigilantism. It escalates very quickly. I do understand that. That being said, like, this is just such an obvious, like, this would basically be like saying, hey, the Chris Hansen To Catch a Predator show had to be gotten rid of because those people were acting as vigilantes, It's like that wasn't the case. So it seems much more, and I mean, that was like a way bigger, more obvious. Everybody saw and knew about To Catch a Predator. Roblox is, still a really kind of niche thing that a lot of people don't even know exists. It's not like Minecraft. So, I mean, I don't know, man. I think a lot of, I'm getting a little bit black-pilled on it, but I literally do think it is just like the terms of use stuff where they're like, yeah, we have to do it. They're getting people off the platform. We can't have more people doing that.
Our policies prohibit directing other users off Roblox to another platform through chat and having/simulating sexually explicit conversations. The people initiating the sexually explicit part of the conversation were not Schlepp. It was the people who are actual predators who are now arrested. The fuck do they mean by this? It's real such how much he defends them. It really makes you wonder. It does. Towards the end, Roblox...
Well, again, I mean, so the statement there... Yeah, let's go back. Users off Roblox to another platform through chat and having conversations. Now, the way that, like, legally speaking, that is one thing. Redirecting them off of the thing and having that stuff, it's like, yeah. It's not the having conversations. It's having conversations off the platform. It's the moving off the platform that is actually the thing that they're putting a pin on.
People who are actual predators, it really makes you wonder. It does. Towards the end, Roblox boasts about their trusted flagger program. Yet despite me asking for a direct line for nearly a year, Roblox has never contacted me in any way or offered me access to such a program. I'm still more than happy to work directly with the company, and I would ask for nothing in return. This would be a great opportunity for Roblox to repair the damage that they've done to their reputation. Which is, again, crazy, where you have this guy who's actually getting real predators, real dangers to children arrested, and Roblox is like, we have the trusted flagger program. And even if it does exist, this guy who is doing a lot of work has never been invited to it. It's kind of weird. It's kind of strange.
My guess is they're not worried about that kind of stuff.
Has created a petition asking for transparency from Roblox regarding their child safety issues. And here's a little video.
There is a growing issue in our country with Roblox, an online gaming platform, and the abuse of children. Roblox is simply not doing enough. to protect our kids, to inform parents, and to go after child predators. As you know, I have been leading the fight for the full release of the Epstein files.
There we go.
I believe in transparency, and I believe in protecting our children. Today, I'm calling on people to sign a petition. Let's get to 1 million signatures by Friday to push Roblox to do more to protect our children and to prosecute predators.
So that's good to hear. That this was one of the first things that came out in lieu of all of this, right? Dems on the same page as Republicans. Roblox is screwed. Yeah, right? Yeah, right? But again, good to see. I don't care who's pushing it as long as something.
It's because it's Roblox. It's because they're like, we haven't heard of this thing. Yeah, let's do it. Let's squash it.
Is being done, right? We have this other Roblox creator that has really nice hair. It says, Roblox claims they take reports of bad actors and inappropriate behavior seriously, so I wanted to put that to the test. I made a fresh account and joined Meep City, one of the most played games on Roblox, to see how long it took for me to see something bad. Here's the results. This guy is like a massive fucking YouTuber too. I think he's like 13 million subs or something, like crazy.
Jeez, okay.
Huge.
Okay, so I've just made
I thought she was throwing shade about the hair thing. Maybe not.
Account, brand new Roblox account. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna join Meep City, and I just want to see how long it takes until I see something inappropriate in the game. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and join on in. This is a fresh account. All right, never played on it before, and yep, there's a penis.
That's a penis.
So, that's about
Damn, that did not take
right.
long.
Seconds. So just to give an example of you know how bad this problem is on Roblox here. It's like that was a random server. I don't have any friends added. There's no one, you know, this isn't a trick or anything. I just joined a random server. And you know, I could join another one. I'll probably see something else inappropriate. That's how bad the issue is here.
You counted about 9 seconds, for fuck's sake. Yeah, any percent speedrun, it's actually crazy. I want to note that this is a game that I've personally reported on Roblox on numerous occasions over the past few years as a breeding ground for bad actors and inappropriate content. So this is one that he's reported previously. Maturity minimal, suitable for everyone, right? But
okay, yeah, 13 million.
Ask your parents' permission before going online is a sentiment that needs to come back. It really does. Like, raising an entire generation with unfettered internet access has done irreparable damage. It's been terrible. Parents need to parent again. You cannot rely on corporations or government to continuously erode people's rights in order to protect your children. You have to actually be a parent and not expect everyone else to take care of them. So Roblox as opposed...
Agreed. And a lot of that does just have to do with like the fact that it's just there's too much out there. It's not even necessarily like parents need to parent. I mean, like it dovetails into that, but a lot of it is just like you need to basically like limit exposure to the possibilities of bad stuff. Like some things you can't avoid it. All right. Like skinning your knees, falling down, you know, bumping your head on the wall, you know, something like that. That's going to be the case. But you can kind of like, you can try to get rid of most of those opportunities for harm. And unfortunately, the best way to do that in terms of the internet is to basically go, you're not on the internet as a kid.
Here that says, for transparency, we're sharing more information about our decision to remove vigilantes from Roblox. And this was the post that Schlepp was quoting over here. So it's my tabs aren't exactly the best organized, but whatever. They got community noted, and the community note said, Roblox equates vigilantes with predators, a false equivalence. While vigilantes broke TOS, many aimed to catch predators. This omits context on why some bypassed Roblox reporting, often due to slow or ineffective moderation. Ricky here. These users impersonated children to catch predators. It's called a sting operation, the kind police run to catch predators. When vigilantes do it, it's because they're sick of waiting for the cops eating their extra donuts. Bastards tripled down. They did. They really did. And it's like, I can get the, like, you know, vigilante is not entirely 100% good. How many YouTube channels are there like pretending they're a predator catching channel, and then they just like beat up some guy that they don't have enough evidence on, and they've also used entrapment tactics, right? Like, not everyone can be a to catch a predator YouTuber.
Right.
And the people that do it correctly get fucking kneecapped by those who wish to take advantage of a system just for updates and clicks. Savvy said, just so we understand, Roblox has had a massive predator problem that hasn't been talked about enough, but it has been talked about since at least 2018. I've been making jokes about how Roblox is a predator playground for years. However, Visa, MasterCard, PayPal all chose to go after fiction that is heavily gated behind filters and verification in the form of needing to make purchases on Steam and demanded be removed. These companies made morality cases based on risk to their own brand. These are not brands. No one cares about the Visa brand. You are a utility, not a thoughtful experience. So fiction bad, but real life grooming and easy access to children, totally fine. I stand by my previous statements and what I called these companies.
I mean, a lot of this is also just like, it's very easy to do that. Like, it's much easier to basically just go, okay, like, we'll do Steam games. Like, hey, we're going to ban Steam from payment processing if you don't remove this stuff. That's all that Visa and MasterCard had to say. That's it. That's all they had to do. And then Steam has to go, oh, crap, okay, now we've got to go in and ban stuff. Like, you know, the onus is on us because we want those payment processors back. If Roblox actually does something like this, they actually have to, you know, do some work.
Not one single peep about Hollywood, Diddy, you could buy from his website with Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, all throughout the trial. Under the EO, their rules of brand risk and vague phrasing is not allowed, so keep on calling, keep on filing ethic reports, and keep on reporting them. We are only just starting in this battle. Also, collective shout, a shame you don't go after real child predators. A shame you can't use your $500K in donations from last year. Who the fuck donated $500K to this disaster of an organization? Holy fuck. But instead go after bakeries, charities, and Detroit Become Human. Funny how none of you can be bothered to comment on this, but you'll defend cuties. And then this guy replied, Nate Hodebre, I don't know who this guy is, some shit poster according to his bio. He said, Visa and MasterCard are also in a strategic partnership with Roblox, which consists of them running in-game promotions and offering exclusive reward items. Not only do they refuse to enforce their own rules the same way they did with Steam, they continue to implicitly support a platform which protects pedos. It's a double whammy of hypocrisy. And the screenshots he posted say, MasterCard is a partner of Roblox, offering various collaborations and promotions within the platform. Specifically, MasterCard has been involved in events like Grammy Week on Roblox, providing virtual items like the MasterCard Aviator glasses. Additionally, Roblox...
Jeez, okay. Yeah, this stuff's crazy. All right. Madam Savvy, let me see if there's other stuff in here that I'm, like, interested in. If not, I'm going to get off because my stomach is killing me. All right, official statement from Schlepp regarding Roblox, the donut operator, decision of removing. Kind of interested in this, but I think we already basically got it. I'm going to get off because my stomach is killing me. All right. Sorry, this is going to be a shorter stream than normal. I'll be back tomorrow, but yeah, I've just been having not horrific, but, you know, not good stomach pain. So I'm going to get off. I'll be back on tomorrow. I think I'm going to try to do a little bit of some other YouTube videos. I will probably try to watch these two videos, Gary Stevens and Rory Sutherland.